If you want to grow fast on Instagram, you need to put in a lot of time. Or do you? Now, I know that when you're trying to run a side hustle or trying to run a business online or make money online, everybody says you need to grow an audience, and they are absolutely right. You do need to grow an audience, but the problem is finding the time to dedicate to these platforms, especially a platform such as Instagram that requires you to be there literally every single day in order to continue the trajectory of the growth of your account. But no fear, because you have just stepped into my office. And today I want to teach you my strategy for what I do 15 minutes a day to grow my account. Now, I came up with these strategies literally from watching what other people are doing and from watching the things that we were doing that was working. And what we did was I literally whittled everything down and said, if there was anything that I believe is crucial to the growth of our account, what would it be? And that's where the list that I'm going to be sharing with you came from. And my team are going to layer this with, examples so that you can actually see it in action. So only have 15 minutes. This is what I do to grow my account. Here are some 15-minute growth hacks. If it is your first time on my channel, then hello, I'm Pam Obasa and I'm the founder of Lucrative Lady. If you're returning to my channel, hey, welcome back. You are part of the family already. Now on this channel, we talk about all things to help you to grow your business and to make money online. So I'm talking sales systems, social media, and strategy to help you to grow your business and to make money online. Now today's video, I'm bringing you the goods. So I'm going to be sharing with you 7 different points, but you want to make sure you stay tuned because number 7 is going to be the biggest thing, the most important thing that you do that's going to help you to grow on Instagram really, really fast, to grow your community, grow your engagement and all of that. And it takes literally seconds. I'm talking seconds to achieve. So you don't want to drop off this video. You want to watch until you get to number 7. Now, with only 15 minutes a day to spare on Instagram, time is really, really precious. Now, the first time that you try the ideas that I'm going to be sharing with you, it would probably take you a little bit longer, but I promise you that the more you do it, the more you condense the time so that you're spending a maximum of 15 minutes. Now, there are 7 things that I would do in these 15-minute periods. Now, I don't do all 7 every single day, but these are the things that I try to aim to do. The first thing that I would do if I only had 15 minutes is that I would look through my feed and I'd find the captions that really resonated with people. So I'm looking at, captions that had, a lot of likes or a lot of comments, or where I've read it and I think, oh, this was banging caption. This was really good, Pam, you did that. When I take that caption, what I would then do is I might take some snippets from that caption and turn it into a carousel. Turning old posts into a carousel is a really, really great way to repurpose content. Now you might be thinking, but Pam, I've already posted that before. People don't know that. And even if they did, it doesn't matter. Oftentimes we need to see and hear things and read things over and over and over again in order for it to land. So that's the first thing that I would do. The next thing that I would do, which is very, very similar, is that once again, I might go through my feed and look for the captions that have really, really resonated with my audience. But this time, instead of turning it into a carousel, I might turn it into a quote. You know those fancy quotes that you do and you see it and it's in a white background and it has your name at the bottom? Yes, that's where it comes from. Gone are the days where you have to sit there thinking, oh, what should I write? What should my caption be? You spend hours and hours wasting time thinking up these things when you already have done the work. So again, this is just another hack to help you repurpose content by just turning the previous content that you had, but this time take one itty bitty short sentence and turn that into a quote. Number 3, again, this is part of the repurposing content. Again, we're repurposing your captions. This time we're literally reposting them as they are. We're not even doing anything about it. This saves you time. Now, I never actually thought about doing this, but one of my amazing team members, Valentina, one day when she saw that I was really, really tied up with my children and just family life, and I was really struggling with time, she said, Pam, let's just repurpose the content. Let's just repost the stuff that we have posted before. And honestly, I didn't think this would work, and she did it and it worked. People still loved it. Why? Because from the time that you posted the caption the first time to the time that you're reposting, chances are that your account has grown. And remember, not everybody who is following you sees your post. And so it makes sense that you are reposting and republishing and repurposing all of your content, because then you are hitting the different segments of your audience with the same piece of content, but you're doing it a different way. So even if somebody did see that piece of content before, it doesn't matter. You're doing it in a different way. The fourth thing that I would do to save myself time, again, this is another way of repurposing, but this time we're talking about your reels. I hope you're using Instagram Reels, and if you're not, I have lots of videos on my channel all about Instagram Reels, how they work and how to use them. So now, one thing that I would definitely recommend that I do is when I record my Reels, I save the raw version into a folder on Google Drive, and because of that, when my team publishes the reel later on down the line, like a few weeks later or even a couple of months later, we can reuse the same reel, but this time it'll have a different piece of text on it. So now, as you can see with these reels, they were posted at different times, but it's the same exact reel. The difference is that the content on top of the reel is different, right? We've changed something, and so because of that, it's hitting people a different way. You might want to change the hashtags as well. You might also want to repurpose or change the captions for that, but essentially what you're doing is reusing a reel that you had previously created. Now, for tip number 5, I move into another segment of how to save time, and if you only had 15 minutes a day, and for this segment I want to focus on engagement and community building. When it comes to community building on Instagram, like I'm telling you, girl, community building is at the heart of Instagram. Now, this isn't something that I'm perfect at. This is something that I'm still trying to perfect myself. So I'm going to share with you what I am doing that is working. Community building is so important because people on Instagram are real people. I know that they are branded as followers, but when you treat them as real people, they respond as real people because they are real people. So it's important to build community, which basically means build a relationship. Now, when it comes to relationship building, there are 3 types of relationships that you want to build, and you do this using comments, by commenting on their posts. So in 15 minutes, you want to comment on the posts of people who don't follow you. Why? Because you're trying to get their attention. And if you leave a meaningful comment, as this person has done, so leave a meaningful comment like this lady has done. Lovely Lakora here left me a really meaningful comment, so much so that I then replied with a video on my reel, and I'm going to be talking about that strategy in a moment, but stay tuned, right? So leave a meaningful comment for people who don't follow you, because then that way not only will they be employed to follow you, but others who are following them, who will read your meaningful comment, might then take notice and follow you too. The second group of people who you want to leave meaningful comments are the people who do follow you, because remember, as much as we want to grow your following, you also want to maintain the following that you already have. So the people who do follow you, it's very important that you also look at their posts. Like, just go through the feed and just go through. You don't have to leave a comment on 100 posts. No, I'm talking 2 or 3 per day of different people, and you'll find that the spirit of reciprocity will work in your favor, because then they want to leave a comment on your post as well, therefore helping you to grow your engagement and your community. The third community of people who you want to leave a comment for are the followers of your direct competitor. So if you go through the hashtag and you find people who who are your competitors, or people who do a similar thing to what you do, if they are your competitors, then chances are that they already have a following as well. Now, you want to get the attention of their followers. The way you do that is by leaving, once again, meaningful comments on their post. So as soon as they post, you leave a meaningful comment. Not only will they see that comment, but their followers will also see your comment. So I've talked about repurposing your own captions. Then I spoke about community building. For number 6, I want to move into your stories, and I'm going to keep this very, very simple. When it comes to content on your stories, to do it really quickly, honestly, create content about absolutely anything that you're doing. So for example, I might use screenshots of me right now, recording this video. I might take a screenshot and post it to my stories. But in fact, let me just take a picture of me doing this. Cheese. Okay, brilliant. So that's going to go into my stories in a moment, just to show that I've been creating some content. I might take some pictures of the equipment that I'm using, so you don't always have to be in front of the camera. But the second tip that I would give you for stories is to literally share the posts that are on your feed or your reels into your stories, right? Just anytime you're free, just share it into your stories and keep your stories popping, because I find that reels and stories actually have more reach than feed posts. So to get more juice and more eyeballs on your feed, just share share it directly to your stories. Last but not least, this is one of my favorites, and this is one of the latest features on Instagram, and that is to reply to reels using a reel. Oh my God, I really love this feature. Now, I found this by accident actually when I created a reel and people left some meaningful comments and I wanted to respond to them. And as I went to click the respond, the comment section, I noticed that the camera icon popped up, and lo and behold, what is this? I can reply to a reel with a reel. And so I did. And in fact, so much so that I created a video on how I did that. Now, being that this is my last point and actually my favorite way to engage, I'm talking the people who have seen my reply to the reel, or rather others who saw my reply to the reel started liking the reply to the reel. Honestly, I really think this feature is going to really blow up. So if you're not using this feature already, then you definitely want to try it. In fact, let me drop the link to the video for how to reply to reels using a reel right below this video so that you can check that out. So there you have it. I hope you loved these tips that I've shared with you today. Before we leave, make sure you check this video, which is the video that I mentioned all about how to reply to reels using a reel. Really important feature. So make sure you check that out. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.